so we can try and answer those maybe-ish or maybe not. We don't have to start there, but they're there at some point. I'm going to look at them. Otherwise, we started. What was our start page? 170 to the cutoff was
255.
255. 170 to 255. We've kind of always decided like where we wanted to start. Do we want to start? Yeah, we can work chronologically through this. We can jump from one place to the next. You guys kind of take it, lead it where you want to go.
Did we ever get to the present in this section? Because it was jumping all over the place with time.
Yes and no.
Okay. I just want to know because.
Very helpful.
Wait, what?
When they start talking about this burden, that's present, but it's like a glimpse of the present because they're just kind of explaining their relationship.
Yeah, he starts working at the mill.
Yeah, so it kind of like jumps to the present a little bit, and then I think
but not completely to the present.
He like backtracks himself.
Yeah.
Like
because the present is like Lena is there and Christmas and Brown are gone at that point in time.
Yes.
So it's not completely in the present, but
it's more present than we have been the past chapters. Yeah, so yes and no.
Yeah, I'd agree with that because she's dead at some point. So there are these passages where she's not dead, so it's more the present-ish, but she's still
It's
living.
the present before like.
Grace is on page 286.
Is that what she said?
I don't know. One says, "Why did Miss Burton?" I'm not gonna say it. We didn't read up to 286, right?
Our cutoff was
255.
Why would Miss Burton want to kill Christmas and herself?
Is she doing a Julio to us?
Yeah.
What?
Gosh dang it, Grace.
Okay, Grace.
What happened?
Turn off the video.
She
I'm kidding.
read ahead.
Grace read ahead.
She spoiled it.
I think she probably.
Did you?
She
I'm
thought that
not
we'd read up
agreeing.
to chapter.
She probably thought we needed to read another chapter.
Grace might be just kidding.
Wait a second.
No.
When did she say it? Did she say it last
In the
night?
group
Yeah,
meeting.
Julio.
I
Grace
didn't
seems
look
like a
at
nice
group me.
person.
I'm not looking at group me.
Unlike some people.
Don't tell me.
Saying the others are.
That's crazy. Because so much.
I was really upset. I was like, seriously, Julio?
Great,
You have got to be
look.
kidding me.
I was looking at my phone and I had like 24 different notifications.
I was really
What's
genuinely
going on?
upset.
I had 47.
I saw Julio. Oh my god. Saw Julio at Walmart. What was that like last night? Like I was
I tried
instantly
to
violent
avoid
the
it.
second I saw him.
It
Doesn't help. I was at work.
Okay, so we got the issue of like timeline. That's still kind of something you playing with the events, which I think we have to address the whole quote that we struggled with last time. That memory believes before knowing remembers, or whatever that quote is. This idea of the past, present, what's really happening, how the past affects the present, and how to deal with that.
These would make a really good movie.
She did read ahead.
Yeah, he does play with that a lot. Like when every time Christmas is about to do something, he thinks about what happened last time. Like when he gets close to, what's her name, Bobby, and with the Miss Burden. Like he's always thinking about that girl he raped with those guys that one time. And like, I don't know, he just seems like a really aggressive person. And he hits women like nothing. Like he just.
Yeah,
Strikes her like it's like
because
he throws it so light, like oh I'm just gonna strike her on the face.
Because he has had like a father figure that, like it's been grown upon him that it's okay to hit women. If his father hits him, he doesn't even think about it.
And like Bobby's response was like no, I'll too, you know, like she does. I don't know. It's just
We need to talk about
it
that
seems like it's
relationship.
nothing. Like oh you just hit me in my face. Like it's accepted.
I don't know if it's true.
I don't know.
I was thinking that.
Should we play the song?
Is it
Yes.
girls?
Wait, what?
That's an awkward relationship though.
Again, we have like this relation, like a love relationship or a sexual relationship, whatever you want to call it, that
Unhealthy.
He pays
Complicated.
her money.
Very healthy.
Like he's paying a lot of money. Like he's been
Does he?
stealing money from Mrs.
I don't want to say it's not real, because it is kind of real.
It's real to him.
It's real to him, but it's not real to her.
Right.
I
He
don't
caught her
He's
like
so
doing the other
sheltered
guy
that he
in the
doesn't
house.
know.
Yeah.
It's
How
like-
awkward is that?
He's like the lights on. I see her doing another man. I'm like, I don't know.
Jay's like,
But it is a prostitute. Like
That's
mean, that's her
Like,
choice.
he pays her money. When he said paying her money, I thought that he'd just be paying her for sex.
No, did you want to get married to her and then she got like super mad?
You know.
Well, then she can't make as much money if she's married.
That's
to him.
true. That's true.
That is true.
I'd be mad too.
Well, what's real about that relationship? Or that exchange?
The sex.
Yeah, that's it.
She's a person.
But
Let's
she doesn't
talk
have
about the
emotions
beginning
for
where they
him
met,
like he
like,
does.
at the
Okay.
store.
Let's start where
Let's start where the word happened.
Let's start with where
That's
we
a
began.
place for like bootlegging and illegal stuff to happen, right?
Yeah.
So that's why he told them.
His father.
It's like
Eschler,
worship.
Eschler told him not to go there.
What do we call? How do you pronounce that name?
Eacher.
Eacher?
Eacher?
Eacher.
McCarran?
I always pronounce McCarran in my head.
What's his name? E. Mr. E.
Or Mick.
McGee. Yeah,
Mick.
McCarran I think is the easiest way to pronounce, but
McCarran. Yeah, that's easy. Mrs. McCarran. McCarran.
McCarran. I don't know if that's right, but. Alright, so do we need to start back at the beginning and work our way through this? Or
Yes.
do we want to?
We know that he's leaving the house. He's putting the rope down and he leaves. And his father eventually finds out.
And he goes to beat him up and gets beat up.
Yeah.
Awkward.
He had to be about to like that. Did anyone else notice the part with the sheep? Like.
Wait, so what was it? So like,
Cause that's what I was
that,
talking
did
about
he kill
Friday.
the sheep so he wouldn't get the, like, if he has sex he wouldn't like, get girls pregnant?
He did it so he knew it, like it
Wait,
felt
page
like
was that?
to feel.
Hold on. Let's go back. Let's go to
Oh,
the text.
Jesus.
Let's go to the text as much as we can.
Check
Let's
his
go to the
eyes.
text as much as we can.
That's why I was like, what the
Is
heck?
that what it says
Friday?
in the
Yes, that's why he was like, after he learned about a girl's period, he went and killed the sheep and like put his hand in the blood. It was like feeling it. So,
Oh, yeah.
so he could like experience it in a way, so that way he kind of understood it a little bit better. He literally went hands on the topic, like it was.
like?
That's
so
why I
like-
was like,
He remember she says I'm sick and he's like, well, how are you sick? And he's like, well, it's the time. She says it's the time of the month or something that I'm
yeah,
sick.
she can't.
And he said, well, maybe you can take medicine. And she's like, oh, you've never had a sweetie or you've never had a.
Doesn't he like run off? He gets like.
Well, let's go back to the.
He gets run off. He gets a little bit embarrassed. He doesn't know what to do at first. And she like kind of gets.
Let's go back to the text as much as we can. So find the passage or find the.
It's on 186. It's like the very top of 186.
Looking for it. Sheep, okay.
No, not sheep.
Okay, so at the bottom 186. I don't know. I ran most of the way. I was afraid I would be late. You ran all them 3 miles. It's 5 miles. It's not 3, right? So you ran 5 miles from me up with this girl, right? Well, say. Then they did not talk. They stood there, 2 shadows facing one another. More than a year later, remembering that night, he said, suddenly knowing it was like she was waiting for me to hit her.
Like what?
Yeah, that.
Why do you assume that she wants you to hit her? That's all he's done now. It's like he's hit the black girl and that when he raped her.
He's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
He just resorts to violence.
This piece is crazy.
He's a bully.
He's
a bully.
Okay, if you go over to 88, this is what we're talking about. Okay, about the middle of the page. His voice was quiet as hers. How sick? Haven't you got some medicine at home that you can take? Haven't I got? Her voice died. She said, well, say, she said suddenly, it's late, and you with 4 miles to walk. I've already walked it now. I'm here now. His voice was quite hopeless, calm. I reckon it's getting late, he said. Then something changed. Not looking at him, she tensed something before she heard it in his hard voice. What kind of sickness have you got? She didn't answer at once. Then she said, still down looking, you haven't ever had a sweetheart yet. I'll bet you haven't. He didn't answer. Have you? He didn't answer. She moved. She touched him for the first time. She came and took his arm lightly in both hands. Looking down, he could see the dark shape of the lowered head, which appeared to have been set out of line a little on the neck when she was born. She told him, halting clumsily, using the only words which she knew, perhaps, but he had heard it before. He had already fled backwards past the slain sheep, the price paid for immunity, to the afternoon when, sitting on a creek bank, he had been not hurt or astonished so much as outraged. The arm which she had held jerked free. She did not believe that he had intended to strike her. She believed other words, in fact, but the result was the same. As he faded on down the road, the shape, the shadow, she believed that he was running. She could hear his feet for some time after she could no longer see him. She did not move at once. She stood as he had left her, motionless, down looking, as though waiting for the blow which she had already received.
That was serious. It's like a movie.
So does that straighten anything up?
Who doesn't know so much about women?
Yeah, I would take it even further. It doesn't know much about people
Yeah.
or how to interact with them. But definitely women, right? That still doesn't answer the question of the sheep. But it mentions it.
So, him wanting to like have sex with her, like, what is that? Is that just him coming of age? Like,
Maybe that's what killing the sheep represents, as well as the whole period thing. It's like the depth of his innocence, the little innocence he had, I should say, but you know.
Yeah, because like what else are sheep like kind of symbolic of? You know?
Innocence.
The innocence.